All right, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the thing where every full stack developer who starts a fucking YouTube channel, they create a tutorial and tell you how great they are. But this ain't gonna be like your conventional full stack dev tutorial. This ain't gonna be some video or video series where I hold your hand and say, "Follow me to the promised land of 100K salaries and dreams." Because guess what? I don't make 100K, and I'm a full-time full stack developer. Okay, so that's all BS. Maybe if you work at Netflix or Apple or some shit, you might get that, but you're more than likely, realistically, you're not getting that. Okay, so we're not even gonna go there. But anyway, so this is a full stack code with me series where you can pick up on how real world development might work at a pretty small scale. So first off, what are we actually building? We're going to be building a full stack. Can I say full stack any fucking more? Full stack vehicle maintenance tracking app from scratch. And whenever I say from scratch, I mean I'm recording the entire process as I create it. I know where I want to go, but all the stuff in between hasn't been done yet. I haven't already coded the project and then just regurgitated it back to you so you think I'm perfect. No, you're going to see all the ugly boils and pimples while we make this thing. So whenever I have an error and I'm like, what the fuck is that? You'll understand that whenever you have an error and you're like, what the fuck is that? It's pretty normal to go through stuff like that because, whenever I first started doing this, I thought everybody was perfect, and then I started working at my job and I realized very quickly people are not perfect. Okay, so anyways, what's our stack for this project? Well, it's easy. We're going to use the same stack that I use at work because it's my video and I want to actually feel like I somewhat know what I'm talking about. So we're going to be using SvelteKit, Postgres, Prisma. In other words, we're going to be using the PP stack. On top of that, we're going to roll our own auth so we can get it hacked to shit, and hopefully some comments can tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can fix some apps that I may or may not already have in production. I don't know if I've already said this or not, but we're going to be a Docker Compose file with one service in it so we can run Postgres locally. And before you start on me about this, Prisma starts up a fucking dev server locally for you now. I don't want to hear that. I want to use what I like. I like using Docker Compose for that because I can determine what I do with my database if I need to make changes. All right, so let's open up a terminal and run the sv create command. And this is probably the best. What the fuck is happening? Anyways, the best CLI tool out there in my opinion. So let's set our options and get this thing running. I use VS Code Insiders Edition, by the way, so I feel like a real developer and I can't really be bothered with the cool kid stuff. Alright, now that that's set up, we're going to get shadcn installed. Yeah, we're using shadcn Svelte because I'm not a UI expert or designer. And let's go and check the docs and get that installed. Right, and the example just adds the button, but I want everything. I don't want just a button. Give me everything so we can use the -A flag for all. And Jesus, this is taking a long time. Is my internet down? Nope, that's just wonderful Windows developer experience.
Developers. And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Alright, let's import the button from shadcn, and like magic, we got a button on the screen. Actually, I don't trust it. Let's make sure we add some console log to make sure that it's working. There we go, it's working. Alright, now let's get Git up and running. Yeah, probably should do that. Anyways, here we go. Git is there. Let's add all our files, add a commit, and say this is the start of something amazing. Let's go to GitHub and make a repo and copy paste. It actually makes sense to call it the main branch, because it's main. And there we go. We have our project on GitHub. Hey, if this is something that you like, taking things not so seriously and maybe learning something in the process, leave a like or a comment down below and let me know.